Hi, everybody. It's Joelle and Jen from the Chamber, and we are going to do a new edition of Chamber Chatter, and it's kind of a business spotlight. So we wanted to figure out a way to help our Chamber members reach all of you, share information, and kind of just all connect and see what's going on. Right, Jen?
Yeah, start a forum, right? Start talking, helping each other out, and we pick some really great people, right?
I appreciate that, ladies, because I think we all need all the support we can get with this new world we live in.
Well, why don't both of you guys introduce yourselves, and then, Thad, if you want to go first, you can kind of spiel what's going on with you.
Sure, absolutely. I'm Thad Zott with Zott Auto Group. We have 4 dealerships locally here in Oakland County, in Highland, White Lake, Waterford, and Highland. And, we're very active in the community. I think you probably have seen our name here or there, supporting all the community events. We love our community. Our community's been fantastic to us. And like you said, we're looking to evolve in this new world of Corona, right? And how do we adapt and how do we evolve and still keep everybody safe, yet still get business going? So I think that's what we're here to talk about today. And again, I give props to the Chamber for doing these things because it is so helpful. I think as we go through this process, we'll all learn a lot from each other. I know I've already learned a lot from my employees and their feedback too. So I think this is great. So kudos to you. Appreciate it.
All right, Sherise, want to tell us who you are?
I'm Sherise. I'm the proud owner of Bye Bye Pain Mobile Lasers. We use deep tissue laser therapy for pain relief for our community. But we have multiple locations. We've got 20 locations across Metro Detroit, so we're everywhere. We're mobile. We've got a great team that uses laser therapy to help people manage pain without drugs, surgery, injection, helps people stay in the workplace, helps people with their mental health, when they're not dealing with drugs and injectables and unnecessary surgeries. So super glad that you guys had me on here. I love you. I love everything about our community. Everybody knows this. I'm just such a proponent. Like, I love our community. So
I'm with you. Like, I brag about our community all the time. I feel so blessed that our businesses are pretty much in the backyard of our community and we get to live here because man, it is so cool to be part of. I'm proud of it every single day.
You guys are going to make me cry.
And this is, I think, why we picked you, because you are both such big cheerleaders for the community. Yes. And it's good to see you. You not only have your businesses where you work, but you also support the charities and you do so much. So kind of tell us what you guys are doing to keep your business going right now, and what strategies and things do you have in place?
Well, I guess I'll take that lead. I mean, our departments are pretty complex. We have new car sales, we have used car sales, we have an office, we have a finance team, we have a service department, a parts department, a collision department. So there's a lot of businesses within a business. We have a detail shop, we have a cleanup shop. And so we have a lot going on, right? Juggling all those. And the way that the new stay home, stay safe order came down was part of our business was essential and part of it was not. So we kind of get to see both sides of this thing. We can't sell cars in Michigan yet. But we can do service and parts and collision. So, figuring out how to keep those departments open has definitely been an interesting process. I talked to my brother Todd a lot, my business partner, and my dad as well, who's in Florida. But me and my brother have been talking. I think we talk every hour on just the evolution of what's going on, customer feedback, employee feedback. We're constantly changing on the fly because we want to adapt to everybody's needs and keep everybody feeling comfortable. And we want to keep our community safe too. So, we don't have all the answers. Everybody looks to us for all the answers. Certainly we have ideas and we watch I can't tell you how many webinars I've watched for best practices. But you still have to listen to the people and your community and your employees and evolve. So, I'll let Sherise talk a little bit, but we have done some implementation and some things and strategically wise, I think that will be intriguing to some people. So I'll turn it over to you for now and come back.
Well, can I interrupt real quick?
Yeah.
I just talked to Ryan from River's Edge, and his comment was, I wish I was as bored as everybody else. I think, if you're not thinking like this, right, You
Yeah.
gotta work on it all the time. Go ahead, Sherise. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, I mean, everything that Thad said, I mean, we're a medically essential business. So we have the opportunity to be out there on the forefront. However, as a business owner, I had to make a strategic decision to safeguard my employees. And that was probably one of the hardest decisions that I had to make because, you know, here you have people in pain and our premise is to help people in pain and not create it. And at the same time, we don't want people going to emergency rooms or to doctor's visits that are unnecessary, if you will, that are not emergency related. So I had to make a conscious decision as an employer to safeguard my team so that we could be able to help, you know, our patients in the future. It's kind of like that airplane mentality, right? Where, you know, the masks come down, who do you protect first? You protect yourself so you can help the people that are next to you. So, you know, we had to, as a company, take this initiative to really focus on the things that we, like Thad has, like all these multiple components that are part of your business. You know, for us, it was our magnesium oil and trying to make sure that I could source as much magnesium oil as possible to help people with tons of things to help them safeguard their happiness levels, their anxiety levels, their ADHD levels, and on top of that, their pain. So we became almost overnight a shipping company for our mag oil. And at the same time, we have a school, PBM Teach, which we teach people all over the country how to use, you know, laser therapy in their business, whether it's doctors or people wanting to learn a new skill set. So we've taken our model and are now transforming that into a online model. So that way people at home, moms, dads, people who are just bored, who want to learn a new skill set can be able to use, you know, use our online classes to be able to keep, you know, continuing education open. So almost overnight, we became this, you know, different company almost to adapt with the pandemic in mind, because I think for all of us, we serve a purpose. It doesn't matter what business we're in, right. We all serve a purpose. And I think you just got to be able to adapt to the pandemic and be as positive as you can be and as humble and be able to give your gift in other ways. And, you know, that's just kind of like what we're doing here on our front.
That's great.
Isn't that why we picked both of them, right?
We could go
I
on.
feel like, I mean, I'm diagonal on this video, but I'm sitting across from like Thad Zott, and I'm like, I was asked to be part of this with Thad, who's like on channel 955 and all over it. I'm like,
hey, you have to remember that we pay to be on. We don't get paid to be on. So it's a whole different deal, right? I mean,
I thought that was like kept secret, Thad.
Yeah, I mean, so anybody can do that. It's not like I'm, you know, that much better than everybody else. We pay to do that.
He pays for his fame.
You know, the thing that I've also been working on personally, and we have a leadership team with a really cool network where we communicate still every single day. Even the people who are laid off or not working right now because they're not essential, is to really, you got to really, like she said, be positive. I mean, you really have to work on yourself so hard in this time off, especially for our team that's maybe getting ready to come back on. And those that are working. I mean, like you said, you almost got to work harder on yourself right now than you do at your job. So you're mentally checked in and ready. There's this great 5 to 6 minute presentation by Brennan Bouchard, one of my favorite mentor speakers that I don't know, but I watch online all the time. And he has this saying that he took from the Green Berets, but it's called "Embrace the Suck." And it's like a 6 minute power presentation of really learning how to, when you're going through really challenging times that we all are right now, you gotta own it. Like, you have to embrace it, because if you start pouring hate on it, it grows and manifests. So from a personal standpoint, and our leadership team, we've been working on that really hard, and we always do, because there's so many things in business and personal lives that are just always hard, no matter what, let alone a pandemic that's going on. But you have to embrace it and find ways to be positive, to evolve, to find ways to, you know, continue to do business and keep your employees comfortable and keep the community safe. And if you don't embrace it and you fight it and you pour hate on it, man, you're going to be in big trouble.
Oh, for sure.
Down spiral.
Down spiral.
Yeah.
And I think as entrepreneurs and I think as business owners, we can all say that we're not in it for just the up. I think every successful entrepreneur that's been out there has embraced the roller coaster ride, and you have to enjoy the ups and the downs with it to keep yourself motivated. It's not always just peaches and cream. It's these challenging times that make you who you are. And so, you know, I think we've been blessed, honestly, with as crazy as it is, I think we've been blessed with this amazing opportunity to reconnect with our families, reconnect with our community, reconnect with our employees, learn skill sets that we maybe didn't have a time to do, and then catch up on the things while the earth is kind of like healing, as a hippie that I sound like, but I feel like we're all kind of like healing. And I think you need to take this opportunity just to innovate and transform you and your business. And if you're not sure, our community is so great when it comes to, you know, resources. We have these HVRN groups, you know, that meet. And I know we're going to post this. And so I would suggest that any people that are part of these HVRNs that are still doing Zoom meetings, you know, and you're not in one, you know, post the information of when your meeting is coming. So that way you can get connected with mastermind groups and figure out ways in which other entrepreneurs are getting through the day and what they're doing. And if you're not sure on how to transform your business, we are all resources for each other. And sometimes it takes that outside looking in to be able to say, hey, you know what, I think you could do it this way, and really expand maybe what you've been stuck inside of this, I don't know what I'm doing, where I'm going. Use the resources that are out there inside of our community and the people like us that can help, and then can say, we've got you, we've got your back, we're your biggest cheerleaders, we're your promoters, tell us what you need and you've got it, kind of a deal.
And that's the thing too, you guys we're all actually in this same boat together right now.
Oh,
all of us. And we all have to just work together and, you know, learn from one another. And, you know, when somebody is having that bad day, you all have to pitch in and lift that person back up. So those resource groups are great to have.
That's why I love our community, because I think we run to where there's issues, right, and help prop those people up. So there's going to be needing a lot of propping up here in the near future, I tell you. But I tell you, the other the tip I would tell every business owner out there is this payroll protection program. Make sure you sign up, you know, as soon as you can, and find a bank that supports it. And I know sometimes it's frustrating and clunky and cumbersome because they were trying to roll it out so fast, and the banks were trying to get communications, and it was clunky for them. I think it's all kind of settled, and I think banks found their sweet spot, and I think the flow was going a lot easier. So if you were maybe applying early and you got frustrated, I think you should reach out to people again. It's really a good program, and I think that once you get the application in, the money will be flowing back to you pretty quickly right now. So if, like I said, I got frustrated with it at the beginning too, and particularly with the banks, because you watch the press conferences and they're like, oh, the money's flowing. And then we were talking to banks and they were like, well, we don't know exactly how, who, when, where. We're like, why are they saying all this stuff on TV? How are you guys not have your ducks in a row? Now it seems like they all have their ducks in a row. So make sure, if you're a small business owner, you definitely need to reach out and lean on that program for sure.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Any other tips you guys have or things you want to share?
I think on a branding side of things, I think everybody's going to understand the importance of branding and understanding the content that you create. And, you know, one of the suggestions that I have is, you know, there's so much now that people are being online and scrolling. I think, you know, there's a sense that we can also become auto-tuned and deaf to certain things that are out there. So the one thing that I would say to all of my fellow business owners and people in business is make it about the what ifs, make it about the content, make it about how you can help versus the sell. I mean, listen, I'm a salesperson just like any one of us are in this, and I love sales, but I think, you know, we need to serve a bigger purpose. And so when you talk about tools in which you could use, and if you're not familiar on how to, you know, Sherise, I get that asked all the time, Sherise, how do we create content? You know, Gary Vaynerchuk, maybe for some, maybe not, but if you Google, love Gary, right? Tells it like it is, like boom in your face. Love. And he's got a great deck out there. It's a 64 ways to create 64 pieces of content a day, which shows you exactly how you can do it and how you can use social media. But the one thing that I would say is try not to sell to your fellow members that are on social media. Use it to give insight. Like, you've got a great talent out there and people need that knowledge, and really share it that way. You know, there's great resources like creating things like on Canva. Canva is a great resource if you want to create content, right? Like, and it's free. So there's, yes, I love Canva. And if you go pro, it's like 12 bucks a month. But it's ways to create great content that's out there so that way you can get your message out. One other thing that I love to use is if you go to Haro, H-A-R-O, it's called Help a Reporter Out. They produce 3 times a day, multiple ways in which these reporters are asking for business owners and what our insight is on tech, medical, automotive, anything. And you could go on there and you can submit and be a contributor and get your company out there on a global side of things for major publications, and you get it 3 times a day. So there's lots of things that are out there to keep current and to keep your company out there. Just do it in a way that's purposeful versus a sales mode. And I think you'll go big. I really do.
I mean, you got to stay engaged. You have to stay engaged. I mean, some of those are, I think, higher level views. I mean, just some examples that we've done from more of a frontline, what's going on day to day, how are you evolving in this? You know, we recently invested in like a delivery truck. Going back to what Sherise said is, you know, not so much, you know, telling you what the deals are great, but we can deliver the vehicle right to your doorstep. You don't even have to step foot in a dealership right now to buy a car. Now, we can't sell a car today, but hopefully we're making plans to open Tuesday. Because we do think that when the governor has a speech Thursday, Friday, Saturday timeframe, she's going to start cracking the door. We're hopeful that we're going to be in that discussion. One of the things that we are doing is offering home delivery, which we have expanded into service. So, you know, now we're picking up people's cars and dropping them off just for simple maintenance, you know, and this is the evolution you have to do as a business owner to adapt and still succeed and still have people want to do business with you in kind of this new world. And, you know, some of our employees in the service department in particular were really kind of shaken up by some things happening. And we evolved into, you know, putting a piece of tape outside the service write-up area where they would have to stop and then flag somebody where they were, you know, 10 feet away communicating, which evolved into, why don't we just have them call us so it's not like this crazy 10-foot spacing. So we actually locked the door, put a sign up that said, call us when you get here. We pick up right away because it's a direct phone. It doesn't ring to the operator, it rings right to their phone now temporarily until we figure this out. And they pick up and they're literally talking to the person about their car problem on the phone. And then we have like a sanitation process we go as soon as we check them in. And this was all because of our employee feedback. This was not my idea. It wasn't my brother's idea. This was feedback from the technicians, the porters, the service advisors, and what they felt comfortable with. And to be honest with you, the customers pretty much fell right in line. Like, they were just grateful we were open and they could get their car fixed. They had no problem with this. Now, is this going to be a long-term thing? Again, we don't know where it's going, but right now you just have to go with it, adapt, evolve, listen to customers, listen to employees. And those are just some of the, you know, things we're doing. There's a million more, but to give you a snapshot of what we're doing inside a dealership, I think maybe you can use that in your own business.
I think a lot of the small businesses that, you know, we've touched on a lot of the restaurants because they were immediate. I mean, so they're doing the same kind of thing. Call us, order it online, call us when you get here, we'll run it out. It's, you know, it's great. Now I know the breweries are delivering growlers outside. You know, they're not selling the food as much, but the beer is already made. Get it out there. Cindy Landry from After the Rain, she's doing deliveries. People are calling her. She's online showing some of the stuff in her store. She's, you know, I love seeing the innovation and the tenacity and the way our community is really trying to help.
Right. Well, even like with My Abilities with Bear, you know, like they can't do their products right now. So as a nonprofit, so Bear's out there shopping for people, you know, for donations. I mean, you have to do whatever you can to stay afloat and figure out a way to make it work right now in these times.
I will tell you another huge optimistic viewpoint I have is we already have a rock star community, right? We support each other so much in so many levels. I think everybody sees that. I mean, when you have a parade and you see downtown Milford light up, it's fantastic. It reminds me of Old Town USA. It's still there, right? But this post era where we start opening up restaurants fully again, when we start opening up businesses fully again, I think you're going to see this renewed vigor and excitement about supporting each other even more than we already do. Like, I know I already felt like I did it, but I like want to take it, I want to up level it, right? Like, I am not going to a big box. I am going to the mom and pop place to do as much business as I possibly can. And like,
Right.
we've been supporting the local restaurants. We've been buying carry out every day for all of our technicians just to help keep them engaged and energized. And, you know, they were all kind of freaked out because they all kind of went in there to get the food that we bought them at the same time. And then we're like, okay, hold on, let's think this through, right? So now we have a process where they go in one at a time now, and they all wash their hands in front of everybody before they go in. But we're still finding a way to keep everybody comfortable, give them a little extra, you know, support and love, and support our community at the same time. So we're still doing it, right? We're still doing it. We're still finding a way. And I think it's at the pinnacle right now, and we're still doing it. So just think, when we start, I think getting into that post world where things are opening up, I think it's going to be grow even more. So I think we're in a different position than a lot of communities because of our culture of that. And so just, you know, make sure you have that optimism that I think the community is really going to surprise everybody when we start going back to work.
I agree.
I think there's a gratefulness that can come from things like this. And yeah, it stinks. And we're going to see a lot of loss and sadness. But I also think the amount of the creativity that can bloom in something like this, and especially gratefulness for who we are as a community and the way we do things. We do things well here.
I totally
right?
agree.
We
totally
do.
agree.
I'm a fan.
I'm a huge fan too. I think Q4 that people are going to crush it. I really, really do. I think when Q4 rolls around, now certainly the next few months are going to be very, very challenging for everybody. But I'm really feeling very positive about Q4 and going back to our culture and how we support each other in this community. I think we're going to really pull some people out of some deep holes that maybe thought they weren't going to make it, that will make it because we all support each other. So
absolutely. Positivity is gold. Gratitude is gold. I mean, you're going to see so much love and compassion. I mean, that's already starting. I mean, you guys have probably been on walks and you see people like nodding and waving now.
Yeah, who does that anymore?
It's right. And it's like I was always waving. But cool, you know, and I think everybody's going to have, like Thad said, I think you're going to have this overabundance of love and emotion. And I think, you know, we just need to keep spreading it. And any business that's out there that has the ability to touch a soul, I mean, that's it. That's the whole reason why we're here, right? Is to help people and to give our love out as much as we can. So I'm super looking forward to it. Honestly, I feel like we're in such an amazing time that I think it's unprecedented, as everybody keeps saying. But what an amazing thing for our kids to see is this positivity and this, we got this, you know, bring it on, you know, kind of mentality, because we're going to flourish. And, you know, I'm super, super thankful that you guys are here in our community, and I'm super supportive of anybody. And I'll put that out there. If anybody needs anything from me, I mean, you've got me on Facebook, you got me anywhere. I mean, just reach out, even if it's just a, hey, I need to pick me up. You know, we're here.
it's good.
Well, I'm calling you first.
Contagious. It really is contagious. I mean, I think when you send this video out, people will get inspired by a lot of the comments, and it starts manifesting and growing. So again, I just love our community. I really do love your guys' support with reaching out to us and helping share the message of, you know, we're not alone, right? We're in this together, and we will figure it out. And I'm looking forward to getting back to work for sure. You know, like I said, we're partially open, but I'm really looking forward to getting back with the full crew, because I miss all my peeps.
Yep.
Yeah, we do too.
True.
All right, maybe this is a good place to end, but I want to thank both of you guys for agreeing to do this. I think that Jen and I had the right choice in picking the two of you. We were the perfect two to start this. And your positivity, I hope, does spread to other people. And, you know, we can share this and just lift everybody up and work together.
I love it. Again, I'm grateful for being part of the chamber and the community. So yeah, just keep spreading that positive energy, people. I love it.
Love it. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. You know I love you. I mean, I can't speak it enough. I'm done. I'm over it. I love you. Love you.
Love you guys too. So
Mic
thank you.
drop.
Stay healthy, and we hope to see you all soon in person and not have to be 6 feet apart.
Be safe,
Yes. I give you all a big hug when I
Yeah,
see
big
you.
hugs.
be safe, be grateful, be optimistic.
Sounds good. Thank you, you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.